Hello and welcome back, everyone. We are going to be here continuing the run in the USA. What is the name of this mod? Oh my god, not again. We're going to be here. The trauma never ends. We are going to be continuing in the, it's not the Dawn of Flavor, that's the Morgan Road mod. This is the Hail Columbia mod, that's it. Which is the USA-specific flavor mod. We're almost done finishing colonizing everything. I thought that we were not going to be returning, because I thought I was going to get early access, but I fell off. No early access for generals. I don't know if I'm going to get early access. I assume I'm going to, but I might just be misreading the situation. But if I do get early access, I assume it's going to be Monday, because people don't work on the weekend at Paradox, and so the person who is in charge of deciding who gets keys will likely not be doing something for me over the weekend. So in any case, I could do a couple more things for Victoria 3, I suppose, over the weekend, and then switch to lights off, if/when, also maybe if, I get early access to Sphere of Influence. But anyways, this does mean we get to continue this USA run, which is going to be nice, because I honestly wanted another episode of this, or like another kind of session of this, to get through what I thought was some more of the flavor that is kind of put in here. I'm wondering what happens to this Manifest Destiny journal entry after we Manifest Destiny, after we fully get all of this, or even fully get all of everything. So, we'll be continuing on here. Slavery and colonial labor. I think this is the vanilla, yeah, so we're looking down here for most of these events, to see if they're vanilla or Hail Columbia. I really like that the mod includes, in the bottom left corner, if it is, for them or not. But, yeah. A little bit of news. So here, we can continue to abuse the Netherlands. Or not the Netherlands, the American East Indies, if we want. We already got South Sumatra from them. We could probably get North Sumatra. The states that are really hard to take are the Javanese, these states, because they have a lot of pops. So let's take a look. I'm wondering, I've been thinking about, not, doing this sort of thing, or stopping to do yo-yo sways, because they do seem a little bit abusive. East Borneo, West Borneo. Pretty sure they accept this sway. Oh no, wait, they don't. Ah, because, my bad. They're already on our side in the war. Yeah, they 100% don't accept that. So we were gonna join on Jambi, and then our power on Jambi's side would have made them want to accept, but they would not. They're definitely not accepting that type of support. We could just ask for an obligation, though, and get one for free. It's probably not worth it, actually, for us, because then we're in charge of the war. Yeah. Okay, I didn't think that went through. Instantly punished. So. It do be like that sometimes. In my defense, it is a little bit early. I think we did. Getting Iranian here is going to be great for us, of course, as per usual. They do seem to have infrastructure problems. Are they employing up? Alright, yeah, they're employing up. And we definitely want to add some of this if the price is extremely cheap. And then something like that, maybe. Colorado gets some gold. Hey Gene, how's it going? You're usually not able to make the Saturday streams. You're taking a sick day. Oh no! I hope you're feeling better. Either nasty stomach bug or food poisoning. Man, I got such bad food poisoning from a sushi place. Actually, like my favorite sushi place. I haven't been back there since. That is a bummer. I'm sorry to hear that, Jane. So much gold. There is a lot of gold. I think Freistadt has 16, and I can't remember if Nevada has 16 or 15. Nevada has a lot too. Those two have the highest in the game. I just can't remember which is. Or this one is 16, but I can't remember exactly how much Nevada has. I think California has 12, and Transvaal also has 12, which are, like, pretty high up there. So, surely, yeah, they handle that very nicely. We also, unfortunately, because we are continuing this, we also, I don't know why I clicked the other one. I actually need to take a closer look at that event, because I don't even know if I'm choosing the correct thing anymore. I just always choose the same one, because I don't want to, like, think. We don't mind going slower. We have control over everything. In fact, if we go slower, that'd actually probably be better at this point, because we have, yeah. So why don't we, oh, we're already decreasing the institution. Let's decrease it another notch. But no one else can really, I mean, Portugal can do a little bit, but Portugal's our subject, so we're just, oh, actually, it does matter for over here. Okay. It matters a little bit. Let's do this. It matters for getting this in faster. Increasing our institutions finally to max is going to be nice as well, because the extra SOL is probably going to kick us up to around 20. Yeah, food poisoning can imprint you. I ate a bad spring roll once when I was 15, and I haven't touched them since. Yeah, you're the. It's like it's a it's a relic of our, you know, how should I say, like lower order brain, right? That, because logically we know that the food is probably fine, but like it doesn't. Your brain just nopes out of there, right? Is this guy any good? No. Not especially. We could lock in an agitator here if we want. We do have to, like, care a little bit about slots. The thing is, I mean, what would we do? We'd get a young literary guy with the idea that next time we accrue a big chunk of infamy, we'll just swap to the literary from the cautious guy. But I think cautious is, if you're going to keep him in, cautious is a little bit better. Painting the map blue, basically. We have to figure out some way of getting Spain to give us stuff. Oh, is this Mecklenburg? How close are you? I think they accept if we yo-yo. And then we get on the same side of a play as Prussia, which is something, I think we had antagonistic relations with them, so that resets it, which is good, because you don't want them to be damaging relations with you. We establish more colonies somewhere? Really? Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we're still at 50 days, even having finished or reducing this institution here, it's still 50 days. So 50 days being the fastest you could possibly do it. So maybe we just want to decrease anyways, down to 1. I can fight that. You haven't gotten it yet? No, I haven't. I thought I was gonna get it yesterday, because I messaged, so I messaged, the guy's in Sweden, as far as I understand, so I messaged him on, Thursday evening for me, so he had all of Friday to see my message, so I thought he was gonna see it, and I thought he was gonna send me the key, but I also don't know what all his responsibilities are. Also, I don't know if I'm, like, for certain supposed to get it anyways. You know, I might have just misjudged that. I thought I was gonna get the Victoria 3, like, early access, because I don't really understand why they would onboard me if they weren't planning on doing that. because I've like signed an NDA. But also like I'm aware that like I'm going to experience like echo chamber bias. Like the fact that my community generally likes me and thinks I should get early access, right? That's probably true for just about every content creator, right? Even the ones that shouldn't get early access. And so I need to be aware that just because people are telling me that I should get early access or like this type of thing doesn't necessarily mean that's true. We are back to neutral relations with them. So we can get a trade agreement if we manage to reset attitude here. I think we're gonna keep in our improved relation. Well, actually, no, we're not gonna. We're gonna stop improving relations here. We're just gonna, because we want to float more of this to decay down faster in terms of the infamy. Yeah, being able to get South Sumatra for free is just so nice. Yeah. I think the tooling workshop's probably okay. And the boom booms is definitely going to be something we want here. But these places actually won't be very profitable because it's not incorporated and it'll take 20 years to get there. France wants a defense pact, I don't think. It'll be interesting to see if defensive pacts and alliances are like worth it in 1.7, but like right now they seem super not worth it like ever under like pretty much any condition. Well, that's probably a little bit too hard, but damn, we get the low roll on graduated taxation. Rip the dream. I mean, this guy has 20% clout or over 20%, so we should be getting it through too. But yeah. Did you check your spam folder just in case? I messaged him through Discord, which may have been my mistake. Maybe I'm supposed to email him. But I could, yeah, I should check my spam folder. I mean, either way, I haven't touched 1.7 now, so I'm going to stream this anyways instead of like So this is my streaming slot, but yeah, I should check. What is this? Oh, the Swiss uprising. This is unfortunate. Because we can't get this front, unfortunately. Right? Yeah, we cannot. So the Switzerland, unless we can sway... Oh, we can't even sway anyone. But we can get them to transfer a state. We could get him to transfer Rhinish Wallonia. We just still couldn't get there. I mean, they have no troops. If we control Rhinish Wallonia, we could build an army there. That's funny. It'll still be isolated, but... Okay. Let's do it. Stationed at Redacted HQ. It's volatile. I saw someone recommend your tutorials on Reddit, so you're at least Reddit famous. Yeah, I do get recommended on Reddit. This is true. Oh man, we're kind of like hemorrhaging money. Yeah, we were aware of this before. We're flying a little too close to the sun here. wish the user interface was a little bit better for deleting down construction, but it's not the biggest deal. We're just looking at the places that are expensive, winding it down a little bit. Let's get like 30 levels down. Minus 800k is like a lot. That's gonna be difficult for us to. We would need to. We would need to get another bankroll, I think, to support that. I don't think our economy is going to grow into that minus 800k, but I think it could grow to what we have here. Also, especially because the electricity transition is not necessarily the most efficient thing. In terms of, like, your construction and how it translates. Where did we annex? What territory have we gotten that would have changed a bunch of PMs? Someplace with sugar, bananas, and tobacco. Was it South Sumatra? Yeah, it might have been South Sumatra. Because I think we already reset PMs in other place. Freestadt, so. And 700k, minus 700k is maybe doable here. We'll start adding stuff, some of the agrarian stuff, which on a per construction basis is going to increase the line of credit pretty well. We're kind of already doing that a little bit, though. A stable source of power. We definitely know about that event and can be more efficient about it. But that's going to be really good for us, getting that kind of right as the power plants are coming online. I think if you get that one really quick, it helps to prevent the overbuilding on that. Looks like the confetti is going to be able to rein this in. Really would love to get Wallonia into the customs union. We really don't want the fine art obsession, because if I recall correctly, guns are substitute good, and our pops are already obsessed with guns. I might recall incorrectly, but this is one of the things that the mod does. Wait. It makes, you can start with a small arm obsession, so, on Yankee and, Dixie, which is actually a reason why you might not want African-American. With this mod, you actually probably don't want African-American exception, or accepted pops, because you'd rather them assimilate. How to save economy with as big a debt as yours? Well, we're hoping to bink a bankroll. With a bankroll, we can just kind of cruise. Other than that, if you're redlining hyper hard, you have to increase your line of credit really, really fast, which is a little bit difficult to do in most circumstances. But you can see that we're kind of starting to... We're looking for places that have more than 150 available unused arable land. And we're going to... because 150 is kind of where you get... where you get the cap. Or where you get the... I think that's the number where you, like, end up getting the most benefit. I have to double check how this works. From the unused arable land modifier for immigration. And so what we're doing is the places that have that requirement filled, we're adding agrarian stuff. It only costs 200 construction for the agrarian stuff, but they give us this line of credit, kind of like a normal manufacturing building. And so this is going to push up our line of credit, and so hopefully we can out-construct or push back the amount of time till we default. But also what we've been doing is we've been slowly raking back some of the construction costs by deleting construction. So as you kind of approach this, like, this endpoint here, you do want to, like, decrease construction. Ulata. Does USA economically rule the world yet? I mean, depends what you mean. We have 500 million GDP. Our market is quite a bit bigger than the next two. Not like more than double the next two combined though. So, very happy that Confed was able to get over here. Very amused as well. Oh, we also didn't reset the PMs here. Definitely want to incorporate this. It's already incorporated. Oh, bro, so we have the return state CB on Belgium. That's dirty. Oh, you know what? Does it have access? Okay. I was thinking there's a possibility it has access because Wallonia is connected to Gelre here. And states generally have access to themselves. So even if the state gets cut in half, if you have both sides of the half, you get access through, but... Alright. It really sucks that it looks like we're gonna fail, passing this tax law, unless we just bank a 3%. You know what, we're gonna use our one time here for this 3%. So we're gonna get it, because that's how it works. You always say build up your industry in one state because of MAPI. It will make construction goods more expensive in the other states, but wouldn't it make sense to build construction sectors wherever you're building construction goods wherever you're building construction centers? Yes. You generally build construction sectors specifically where you have the resources. If you want to... Yeah, that's generally... Wherever you have the resources is where you build the construction. So we built our construction sectors, like in Pennsylvania, up to max level, largely because they have both coal and iron. And we've been exhausting all of our kind of coal and iron states. I mean, eventually you run out of good states in which to build construction as well. 1884 and still no European Union GP subjects week. I fell off. Bro, it's so Jover. Except for, I don't know, Federation of the Rhine's almost at a point where they would be a GP if they weren't our subjects. So where's the Confed in here? Spain's the GP ahead of Italy. Awkward. Great Britain's almost de-GP'd. We could have gotten France into our customs union. United Belgian States. Wait, where is... Bruh. Where's Confederation of the Rhine here? 10 million GDP. Oh, they don't even have that much pop. The hell? Are they just hemorrhaging? What's going on? The Texas pipeline. That's kind of an expensive maintenance for as far as pipelines go. And I think we're gonna get plenty of railroads in Texas anyways. We'll just say no. We'll say nah. Just get 100% mapping from 1.7, then it doesn't matter. Kinda, yeah. The places that are feeding into your market price still would like to have MAPI. So like you still kind of care. As long as, or well, I guess when both states have 100% MAPI, you stop caring. But the state that's like selling the iron and the state that's buying the iron both need the MAPI. Wonder if, yeah, we should be spending this. This will help out a little bit. Can't quite get to the next level there. But I was thinking of floating the authority because it was giving us much faster law ticks, but like honestly, we don't have too many laws we need to pass, so we also could get rid of Greener grass somewhere. Maybe it's no good in West Virginia now, or maybe West Virginia can take care of itself in regards to population. There's really high migration attraction. It's really not pulling too many migrants, but maybe it's up over a threshold where it can maintain. We should try and see if we can export oil. We don't have much oil demand ourselves is one problem. No. Oil industries are really good, but it's hard to develop demand for them early. It's kind of awkward, to be honest. Wood probably want to play up. These will maybe be employable. And they also are only 200 construction, so they'll help increase our line of credit at a next clip. And then, ooh, yikes. We'll also set some of them. Right now we're looking to set our auto expands a little bit more aggressively on some stuff so they, you know, auto expand. The UI for changing over PMs is still a little bit awkward. When you have the split PM situation, like when you get electricity, now suddenly, when you get new states, sometimes they don't even have the sawmills PM, and they're just on basic chopping, and you don't really know if that's the case. And the only way to swap them over, because if swapping to electricity won't help, the only way to swap them over is to swap everything to sawmills and then swap back to electricity. Yeah, I'm not sure where exactly it is. We have the problem. I think we could click that button. I don't think that was a no-no. That might have been a no-no. Someone's exporting opium to us. We actually underconsume opium relative to a normal economy. We'll add that in. Because our pops are obsessed, as part of the mod. If we take a look at cultures, our pops are obsessed with alcohol. I think. Yep. Liquor and coffee for the Yankees, and Dixie is liquor and tobacco, and this liquor and tobacco obsession specifically is a little bit rough. But why don't we import coffee? Knowing what's going on there. I'll crank up SOL a little bit. Pennsylvania. Nast still doing nasty things with his writing. Good one, Nast. You're ripping on... You just gotta keep ripping on Carnegie, huh? Carnegie's a pretty good historical character, having the literary trait. Nast is getting nasty. We could incorporate Mecklenburg into the Confed here. I don't think we need to. Here we're gonna get really lucky, and by lucky I mean we're just so handsome that we roll 3%. So we're just gonna succeed here. Unused arable land being a big factor in migration is weird. Like, why would people not migrate with built-up farm industries instead of to places to develop farming? Because they would get the farms, is the idea. It's supposed to represent how, you know, your ability in, like, I think it's just, like, overly thinking about the U.S., where, like, you could settle land if you wanted, and you would get free land. And so the fact that there was land where no one was allowed for this, but then, like, It's tracking two things: unused land that you can like settle in the case of homesteading, and also like the peasant situation in areas where, like in Russia, you were part of the serfs, and it wasn't like you could just do like free land. And so like as an abstraction, it maybe kind of makes sense for the USA, but then it doesn't make sense for Russia because you're like under serfdom. It like yeah, as a mechanic, I'm not like thrilled that like it seems like also they don't want to have so much arable land in China, which is why they did this whole rice paddy business. And this rice paddy business causes huge other problems, which make it so that it's like catastrophically bad to build plantations in China because you cause massive unemployment. Unless you're trying to cause your pops to be unemployed so they'll exodus, which is like something you could do, but I don't think it's good. But like we build one of these, we build over a rice farm. This place only employs 5k pops, rice farm employed, or sub rice farm employed 10k, and then now it causes unemployment. So like I think it like kind of works for the US, but then it like kind of stops working for like everywhere else, and I don't know. When you say unrecognized as China, can you get bankrolls off medium powers? I think so. I was thinking about this the other day, where I was like, well, maybe you don't even want recognition as China now that the metagame looks a particular way. The problem is the AI will generally be a lot more aggressive towards you if you're unrecognized. Tragic. We weren't handsome enough. Sorry, guys. I forgot to ask you guys to send me your handsome energy. That was my mistake. Rookie mistake. Forget about the spirit bomb, we gotta use the handsome bomb. But then it should only apply to homesteading, and it should do for both unused and used for collective agriculture. Maybe, yeah. That'd probably be an improvement. Well, I mean, it would also make it so that those laws are just like, I think maybe way better than they should be, but maybe you don't care. Alright, let's go women's suffrage here. Identification documents. Oh, we don't have enough bureaucracy. We have negative bureaucracy. That's perfect. We were looking for things to build anyways. Oh boy. What they say is really true. Once the uprisings start coming, they never stop coming. Something, hit the ground running. We're kind of okay here. Okay, so we do have a chance to declare war now. Or reduce autonomy or these types of things. I don't think we want to reduce autonomy on the Ottomans at this point. Or Chile. Ooh, could we return state? Oh, okay. Fair. Oh, we cannot annex people because we're on the same side of the plate. Well, we won't decay down all the 9, so we can just chill. But these native uprisings definitely cramping our style a little bit here. We can I don't think we want to expand the Confederation just for Mecklenburg as well. Really would love to get Prussia. Or sorry, Hanover. I mean, would love to get Prussia as well. Also, if you checked out Playable Late Game, helped out performance a lot. Play sent me a bunch of like performance mod I was thinking about checking out. But the problem is I would have to like start a game with them and then like want to progress and then also be playing with vanilla and those mods in order to not have confounds so that we Understand? American imperialism and game design, basically. American oil, too. The thing with immigrants to the U.S. Was after, say, 1890, most of the immigrants did not move to settle farms, but went to cities and worked in factories. Yeah. Like, I think that this, like, arable land abstraction is, like, cute, but, like, just causes problems overall in the aggregate. Your Italian, Jewish, and East European migrants were not creating farms in Kansas, basically. This too, like... I don't know, I for a long time I've thought that they should just be, like, divorced from each other, so... I think we don't need to get involved in this. I think they can handle it, unless they want to give us some land. But yeah, for a long time I've thought that, like, having these two connected just creates problems. Also, like, I think that's one of the reasons Australia has, like, no arable land, and that, like, doesn't make sense to me. Like, bro, this is, like... Okay, this map projection is the map projection which makes everything south of the equator look much smaller. Australia, like, this chunk of Australia, right, is, like, roughly the size of Europe. If I'm not mistaken. There's 30 arable land here. I understand that a lot of it's dry and you can't actually farm here, but you gotta be kidding me with that one. Like, that seems incorrect. But I think that they don't want to just, like, create this massive, like, Hoover vacuum for migration. Or they just haven't looked at Australia and it was just... A lot of places, they have an amount of arable land that doesn't at all correspond with the amount of arable land in that area, and instead only corresponds with the start condition population in that area. Right, it's not a function of how much you could grow there if you wanted to maximize growing crops. And the reason they can't change it to be otherwise is, or even here, this also, again, 30 arable land, this size of Europe. The reason they can't change it is because it would just, like, really go wonky with game balance. Hey, do you think there will be early access for the upcoming update? Not for most people, no. There won't be early access. They're not doing a beta. Unless you're getting a key early, you will have to wait until release. New money. But what about old money? You get a baboop. Oh no, I don't have my stream elements open. I gotta... The boop system needs updating still. Maybe I could check in my stream manager. Hey, Suset Go, thank you for the follow, big nice. So... The entirety of Australia is like half of Europe? Really? I feel like that's not correct. Or maybe, I mean Western Europe, I don't... Well, actually... Map of Australia superimposed over Europe. Okay, we can let chat kind of be the the decider on this one. Right, so this is the map. This is a superimposition of all of Europe over Australia. Now, this, like, fourth... Oh, you can't see my cursor, but, like, I don't think it's that unfair to say that, like, a fourth of Australia is, like, all of Europe, because if you were... You would have to, like, squish all of Europe together. Europe's just, like, longer. But it does look like, boy, that bish fits, huh? Like, I don't know. I don't think... I think, the entire of Australia is, like, half of Europe, I think is incorrect. I think you're just looking at it from, like, a map projection that doesn't... This map projection, you see the equator line? You see how it's lower, closer to the south than it is to the north? It makes everything... This map projection makes everything in the northern hemisphere look bigger than it is. Why haven't they made migration normal in 2 years? Not only is it not finished, but there are 3 options. Everyone migrates. Only those who are not discriminated against migrate. Nobody migrates. And in only 1 to 2 cases is migration allowed, both in the country from outside and within the country. In the latter case, migration is prohibited even outside the state. The borders are closed for migration. How can you prohibit migration within the state? So now they allow migration within the state, but I think they're going to shut it off for serfdom. Because you shouldn't be able to... There should not be national migration in cases like Japan. But you should be allowed to move... In a lot of places that have closed borders, you should be allowed to move from state to state. Yeah. They're changing that next patch, though. I think splitting into livable land and arable land can fix it. I think so, too. But, like, also... Some places just got super population dense. And the current system just, like, punishes you for trying to do that. Because, like, there's also a soft cap for pop, which is, like, I think 100,000 per arable land. And so, like, Panama, I think it's 20 arable land. So the soft cap before you start getting a penalty, and I forget what the penalty is, because... It's been a while since I've been hitting this type of thing, at least since they, like, nerfed pop growth and this type of stuff, but after a certain point, I forget if it's, lower birth rate or lower migration, it gets harder and harder to, like, keep growing the pops. All I know, about Australia is they have sheep farms the size of Belgium. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And the sheep farm is livestock, right? And it's the size of Belgium. And they have freaking 20 arable land here, man. And this is basically the size of Europe. It's just, like, completely nuts. Maybe this isn't the size of Europe. This is the size of Europe, though. That's a knife. Australia's about the size of the continental US, yeah. I think Australia might actually even just be bigger. I mean... So... Here's Australia over the US. They're roughly the same size, yeah. Or the continental US. So, and the continental US gets thousands of arable land, and Australia is, like, got, in total, it's got, like, 200 or something. I understand that, like, it's more fertile and, like, the land is better, but, like, I still think the levels are inappropriate, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, like, not it. Most map projections, Australia is going to look smaller than it is. Like, it doesn't look as big as the US in this map projection, for example. You can tell, right? But... Use the true size of countries map? You would have to have it be... You would have to have a spherical globe map. Which is possible. It would give me motion sickness, like, rotating around it. Europe is tiny, yeah. I think it depends on whether you count European, Russia as Europe. I mean, even then it only extends, like, over here. But, like, okay, I'm exaggerating somewhat, but it's not like, I think that my point that 30 arable land is not appropriate is still, like, is still correct. Europe is actually about 33% bigger. I mean, 33% bigger is not that big a stretch. The in terms of the point here, which is that the 30 arable land or 20 arable land, even if it's not a very good place for raising crops, is like just like it's insane. Right? Does that include Russia? Most of Russia's in Asia. Like, in terms of continent. Like, it's only, like, to here. Or something. Monroe Doctrine violated. So this is a Hail Columbia flavor. Monroe Doctrine stands over the United States, will not accept any further colonization of the Western Hemisphere by foreign powers. French Republic has initiated hostile actions against Haiti in violation of the doctrine. Well, we actually don't want... At this point, we don't want to hire Manifest Destiny. But this event is very nice. The Manifest Destiny at this point, you can use it to get free Mexico, right? Or you can to annex all of Mexico. At this point, it's not going to be useful for us. And Infamy Decay is actually, like, a bad modifier. Well, okay, we could get Armed Forces Political Strength, Maneuvers per Diploplay, extra assimilation, more morale recovery. Yeah, I think that this is actually just bad. So we're going to say Haiti is no concern of ours. But also, the fact that we're seeing 2 of these is actually going to be nice, because I think we're going to get bankrolls here. So, which of course will just wreck their... Oh, they're still not... They're still not back to being a GP. Rip the dream for them. Yeah, we want a bankroll from them. Looks like we can get one. Yes, there we go. And then what we would like to get from them is East Sahara, because then we would cut them off from the remaining colonization. They might just give it up normally. No, they won't. Is it even not on the list? I mean, Sahara's on the list. Sometimes, like, land that's currently getting colonized is not on the list, and sometimes it is. So we'll do that, and then we'll side again. Well, actually... Do we want Haiti to just become a subject instead? And then we would have to fight France? I think we'd just rather not fight France. Let them take Haiti, and then transfer the Haitian stuff back to us. I think that's the way we do this, so we'll put it up like that. True Size Of is a website that lets you drag a country anywhere. Oh, I think I've seen this before. Yeah. We can take a look at that. Do you guys want to take a look at that? Maybe we stop for a moment, take a look at that. So, true size of. Oh, this site has been reported as unsafe. TrueSize.org? Site's been rewarded as unsafe. Yeah, so apparently there's a lot of imitation sites. But here, for example, I think this is China. If you superimpose anything, as you move further north, you'll get bigger, or further towards the poles in general. But Australia being close to the pole, we delete? Okay, there we go. But, we can't do Europe. All of Europe. Let's just pick up Australia. So, we have Australia now, and if we just drag it over, and we put it over Europe, like, this is kind of what I'm talking about. Okay, so in the left, this, like, left portion here is kind of like that one state, maybe. And okay, it's not all of Europe. We could fill in that, like, gap down there and up there. Or Russia also extends. Europe's continental shelf is, like, right here. I think it goes to the, like, Perm-Ural mountains over here. Hopefully you guys can see my cursor. But, like, it's not, like, that far off, but, like, especially the southern more countries. And then we could put it on top of the USA. The USA, because Europe is further north, it looks bigger, right? Than the USA even. But here they're roughly the same size. But, like, this map projection, you can see the equator goes straight through Africa. The closer you are to the equator, the smaller you look. Africa is just absolutely massive relative to how it looks on map projection. It is so fucking big. Which is way bigger than, like, it's, like, so hard to, yeah, it's just, it's real big. It's big. Yeah, those states should have 250 at least, in terms of arable land. I kind of think so. There should also probably be more states. And they, like, I get the argument that, like, hey, you know what, it's not as, like, arable in general as, like, the US is, but, like, that should not account for, like, them having, with, like, roughly the same land mass, having, like, 10% of the arable land, or, like, way less. Like, Mongolia should have very little arable land despite being huge, like, because on a, like, per acre basis, the land is, like, less arable than, like, any other place. But even, like, look, Mongolia, like, it still has, like, more than, like, these spots in Australia. How do you always run big negative balances in your runs? I always get nervous that I'll spiral out of control if the deck goes over 50%. You just have to kind of, like... The problem is you just kind of have to know. Or have, like, a really good feel for what you can do. We're playing with fire a little bit here, but we're about to get a bankroll from the UK. But what you do is as the trajectory starts getting too bad, like, you just keep an eye on it, and if you notice it's filling up more and more, then you have to delete construction. But if you're just constantly at the same percentile filled, then that means you're building fast enough to cover the fact, to increase your line of credit. Because you get line of credit from buildings. This cash reserves gives you a line of credit. And this also makes it so that, you know, some buildings are much more efficient on a per construction basis for giving you a line of credit. Like anything that costs 200 construction. Do you get infamy when you join a war like this? No. When you do the yo-yo sway, you do not get infamy. Which you probably should. This is not something I think they'll fix this next patch, and so we might change our strategy from an RP perspective. Most of the mass migrations happen during the period. What mass migration mechanic does it simulate inside of the state or neighboring states for sure? You guys are kind of having a discussion amongst yourselves. Hey, potential plateau. Did you peak? It sounds like you might have peaked. Is Africa the second biggest continent? What? Africa's the... actually, is Africa bigger than Asia? I'm not actually sure. In my head, I think it is, but... Africa is smaller than Asia by about 5.4, according to this. Africa is smaller than Asia about 5.4 million square miles, which doesn't seem like that much. But it is not, or it is going to be the second biggest continent. Asia's really big, but most of Asia's like really far north, so like in terms of map projection, like Asia looks bigger than it is. About 80 to 90% of Australia is desert. That's fair. So Australia, 80-90% of it is desert. Fair, fair, fair. How much arable land does it all have? Also, I just want to point something out. This is really desert, right? 10 arable land, 20 arable land. That's like a split state. Like the Middle East almost has, this Arabian Peninsula almost has as much arable land as Australia. It's probably a bit of an exaggeration. Actually, if you include, like, the areas on the coast, it actually probably has more than all of Australia. Yeah, if you include Palestine through Aleppo and, like, Mosul down to here, it has more arable land than Australia, despite being way smaller, but... like, even if it's desert, okay, 30 plus another, what is this, 20, so 50, plus another 40, 90, 130, 160, or is this 20, 150, and then 160, you know, that is like 160 arable land. Now we could go to like the USA. The USA has well over 1,600 arable land. It has 1,000 in just California and Texas combined. Even if it's like 90% desert, it's still like not an appropriate like you know, amount. Thank you for the follow-up, Pinhead. What? Right? Like, I think the U.S. has like something like 5,000 arable land. Even if you wanted to say it's 90% desert, Australia should have like 500 arable land or something. State density outside of Europe can be increased in several areas, but would cause performance, especially with migration, yeah. Is deleting construction better than simply not filling the queue? Yes, 100% yes. You want to slowly delete construction. You don't want to, yeah, you want to delete construction. This is how you want to handle it. Because when you just pause construction, you still have to pay for your workers' wages, and also when you pause construction, you often collapse the price of stuff like steel, which can cause it to become unprofitable, which can actually decrease the cash reserves, which can actually push you over into bankruptcy. So, like, for the stability of the buy orders of the construction goods in your market, you don't want to stop constructing. But we're playing with fire a little bit here because we should actually stabilize really, really nicely once we get the UK bankroll. But if we were not about to get the bankroll, we would be deleting down construction as well. You could, like, pause construction on, like, a short-term basis and it's not too big a deal, but on a long-term basis, you don't want to. They are the real Australian states? 100% no. Wait, what? Generalist, Vicky 3 streams cancelled for a bit. Meanwhile, Paradox, Generalist cancelling his Vicky 3 streams is cancelled for a bit. Meanwhile, viewers, this is all Paradox does something good for once. Yeah. Never give Generalist early access. He'll be forced to make more content on the current patch. Pain. My body. I really wish I had access to it, the game, the early access right now. I would be making videos. Or not right now, because I would be streaming, because being consistent with the streaming is important, but I'd probably just stream 2 hours instead of, like, 3 to 4, and then, like, go back to playing the other one. So now that we have the bankroll here, we're at minus 200k, which is something we can, like, stably hold on to. We've also been thinking of pulling up the greener grass in West Virginia, because I think they could support it. How much pop we got here? 2 million. Alright. Especially because we get to double dip effectively on... Let's just cancel this and see what this looks like. Please don't turn, like, wildly negative on the Monday. We just want... Okay. We can work with this. They might be getting a mass migration that's forcing that, but, Alright, and then this gives 290k. We'd get a little bit more if we did services, but services target the middle class a little bit more than porcelain and wine, so I think we'll go porcelain wine. And we have a positive balance. Look. Because the amount that the UK pays us on the bankroll is correspondent with, like, our own tax income, I believe. I'm not sure exactly what it tracks, if it's our tax income or overall income. I think it's just tax income, but consumption taxes are a part of that. And so, bada bing, bada boom. Arable land is more forgivable. Worst thing is mining and resources. Resource production was less dependent on labor population compared to Vic 3. More dependent on mine quality, abundance. Mine quality is, like, an interesting one to think about. What is Sweden doing here? They're trying to unify? Jesus. Trying to unify with Lubeck. And also with Denmark. I don't know what happens. I actually think we can't, yeah, we can't yo-yo here into this. There's like no shot Sweden wins this though, right? Yeah, it's already super stacked against them. It's so tempting to just try and pull them into the customs union, but it's like also, we want them to become a GP again so that they can bankroll us again. So now they've also been cut off here, so We will get ourselves some nice, good stuff. Probably multiplying Australian arable land by 5 would make sense. Yeah, this would be probably okay. We don't have much infamy. We want to get involved in this play, though. But this is going to be a really big play. Shoot. I think we fucked up somewhere. Making Lubeck protectorate would make some sense. Lubeck actually becomes protectorate either way, even if they back down. Last time we sided in exchange for release this, and then they back down. So why don't we become subject, and then do some of this. Looks like our historical generals are starting to get pretty old. Democrat? Protectionist. Well, we don't like protectionists. Surveyor. I think surveyors are a little bit better on defense. I'll take the ethno-nationalist, though. The nice little defensive bonus. Italy sides Sweden. That makes sense. Alright. This might end up being kind of a little bit of a rough war for us. I think we definitely want to up the size of our navy. I think we're gonna have 2 guys in here as well. Market liberal is popular. Ethno-nationalist is popular. We definitely won't be recruiting the popular ethno-nationalist. Come in here. Virginia's got a lot of pops. Sonora's got a decent amount. Oregon, Alabama. That'll bring us up to 100 total ships. Should feel pretty good. New South Wales and Victoria and Austria are very fertile, as the Southwest Australia and the area of South Australia. Think of all the Aussie wine. Yeah, so like, I know some areas like have arable land, and then there is also huge desert. I'm not saying it should be like the same arable land as the USA, because the desert obviously, but like the amount it has is just crazy. As USA, you have a hard time getting people to potentially viable lands in conquered Middle East Australia. China is better one to be able to conquer the world mechanics-wise. In the USA? Oh, you know what? We actually want these guys at home. Just realized. These guys, however, they're gonna be dirty Russia abusers. You see, Russia always leaves the back door super mega open. So, you could always land up here. Well, not up here, not right now, but because for whatever reason, a very amusing bug, but okay, we are going to delete down some of our construction. The reason being is that we're raising conscripts currently. We're also going to get convoy raiding considerations. Stuff's about to get expensive. Oh, there's so much UK plays we're supposed to sway into, like, multiple ones of these. Once we side against them on one, we can't side on multiple ones. I think we maybe look to get British Senegal in terms of having a clean map. Can we sway for Gujarat, though? Gujarat's such a good state. In terms of it's unincorporated, so they might be willing to give it to us. Yeah, they probably will give it to us. We did that on this one. Yeah. Come on. Perfect. And then once we do that there, we can also increase the size here, which makes Russia and stuff more likely to back down. Mind quality would be interesting, I agree. As much as I'd like you to get early access, I'm enjoying your streaming. Yeah. But would you like a video every 12 hours when the expansion drops, or a video every 6 hours? It's kind of like, it'll be more content later the earlier I get it. If not arable land, what do you suggest is the main migration modifier? You could have just an entirely separate thing, like, from arable land, where it's like migration potential, or livable space potential. Surprised to see you pushing the run in the 90s? Well, kind of wanted to see some of the later stuff of this mod, and we can't unless we finish out some of the stuff. But most of the flavor seems kind of in the front, though. Hey, Lowlang, how's it going? Empty arable land directly correlates with migration you can get. They probably didn't want Australia getting migration as much as the USA. Yeah, I think that I understand, and I think that this is why, but it's also like, this is why I think migration should be separate. Yeah. Better mechanic would be people tend to migrate to closer lands. Yeah. What's your manifest destiny number? I think it's 1. We actually kind of want it to be low right now, or it's 2 now, but we'd actually rather it be low. Now, we can't yo-yo sway them now. I think we United Tribes we would like. And then Mosquito Kingdom as well, probably. The problem with taking a bunch of subjects off of Great Britain is that when you do that, you get fewer actions you could take yourself, but it's not the biggest deal. South American Army. We're gonna upgrade the size of this bizzle. So it'll be a nice, cool 20 stack. Our mobilization options are probably dookie relative to what we could do, so let's take a look. Yikes. Oh, well, that's a nothing army. But let's get these guys on some of this stuff. Sugar's the better one. But it's been a while since we've fought like a war where we actually have to be careful about anything. God, we gotta clean all this up too, to be honest. Shadow Realm army. They definitely need some chocolate. Everybody gets chocolate. You get a chocolate, you get a chocolate, everybody gets a chocolate. I think we could actually just break this entire war, to be honest, once it starts. Oh, no, we can't. What exactly is Russia or any of these guys swayed in for? Nothing. Okay. They're fearful. They might back down. They backed down last time they tried this. This-ish. We will also move this South American army over here. I think we have people for these fronts, so... Can you explain the conscription centers? I saw you recruited, but I don't know how they work. You don't know... Okay, so... if you're asking how they work in general, you assign the conscripts to an army, and then once you mobilize the army, you can click raise conscripts, and all the conscripts will start pulling pops from the states in which they are oriented, which will take them out from being working. If you're asking why we assigned a bunch of conscripts and then didn't raise the army, the reason is that they are afraid of us on the basis of how many conscripts we have assigned, and so this makes it, for example, more likely that that Sweden will back down in this play, which we would just generally kind of prefer that they back down. But if we look at the fearful thing, we see 75 from relative military strength, even though it's us and Prussia, for the most part, against Russia and Italy. And the balance of power actually kind of favors them right now. Top of all this, we're gonna need some more convoys. Let's do that. What's this? Indo army will handle the Indo stuff.Nej is having a little rebellion, but we really want them to back down because we would like to be able to start our own play. Actually, you know what? Oh, we could just peace out here. Perfect. We'll white peace, we'll get to accrue some infamy here. We annex anyone who's big. Who's big, not big nice. Vicepe. Vispepe. Vispepe. Thank you for the follow, big nice. Ooh, that's the big one. That's the big one we wanted to do. Because Brazil's gaining in population overall. And Prussia would side against us, except we're on the same side of a play as Prussia, so... Austria-Hungary would too. Yeah, we didn't do that one earlier, I remember now. Let's go back to improving relations. Actually, let's get a trade agreement with them. Nope, they're not going to accept it now. RIP, we should have gotten the trade agreement before. That's kind of a miss. That's a miss on our part, but we needed to get into the play. Now, the second question is, how do we actually win against Australia here? And I actually don't have the answer to that. Maybe I should have thought that one out a little bit more. Mandé. Where's Mandé? Where are these guys from? Liberia? Can we merge you? I don't think we can merge them with the Shadow Realm army. I think that one of these guys is trapped somewhere. Oh, we can. Interesting. Well, we will fix the generals off. And then send these guys here. So they're just traveling to Indonesia HQ. Wait, why is Sweden not involved in this? Why can't we land Sweden? What the frick? Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, we just have a ton of armies with 0 guys because of our manipulations earlier. This guy I can just disband though. And then I think we will try and make another defensive army. And then these guys will be a 20 stack. And then we'll give them chocolate. I think we have some barracks. Maybe we just made a gross mistake here relative to like what we could do. In terms of taking Brazil. Or I don't want to activate the Florida army. I think that we gotta God, I wish we could pull off the conscripts from one particular state at a time instead of having to pull them all down. But I mean, maybe we use the Florida army to fight Brazil. That seems wrong. It seems like we should use them to fight Russia, if anyone. Oh, these guys were supposed to... Okay, wait, hold the phone. Let's cancel this. Do that, and then God, we really should have gotten that trade agreement too. That was kind of a miss. And then these guys will do the landing into Sweden, which should be the capital. Okay, and that's just 8 days. Perfect. Okay, I think maybe this works. Maybe this all works. Kokoro, thank you for the follow. Big nice. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm trying to manage this instead of chatting. Much. Please get your sleep. Every 12-hour stream works. I'm actually operating on not too much sleep right now, so it's bizarre because they have to buff USA for realism, but the USA should ironically be weak if Europe is peaceful and nations push to multiculturalism, which is exactly how you like to play generally. Yeah. It's possible to get a big enough army that the UK would give up EIC if you... Is it possible? Yes, but it has to be really, really big. They've made it so that they really hate giving up the EIC. Maybe you know me. We also kind of don't care if Prussia gets occupied, so... You know that June 7th is the second best day of the year, but the 6th is the single worst day of the year. Methinks that this is Norway lore. Good morning, Paul. How's it going? Can you save loads, switch back to China to see if, check for typing potential? If not, you might as well break them. I mean, we could just take a quick look at how much Protestant, if there's any Protestants. If there's no Protestants, it can't happen. Doesn't look like there's Protestants. Journalist likes to keep his runs as legit as humanly possible. What does that mean? I can't tell if memeing, because I think I like push stuff kind of a lot too. So can't tell if memeing. Oh, for a second I thought that was minus 3 million. I was like, I don't think we've raised any conscripts, so I'm very confused why this is minus 3 million, but it wasn't 3 million. Yeah, we're crushing on these battles, so we should be able to get in on Svealand and then enforce on them. Unlocking torpedo boats is nice as well here, because we're just gonna delete this. Actually, no. We're gonna use this. Torpedo boat time. So it begins. I think we will also change the color on that. Yeah, I suppose we actually don't. Well, we need Prussia to not completely cave and Lubeck to fall, but we don't need much else other than that. Looks like they're not defending really here, unless this is just kind of lying. Somehow we actually have decent fronts here. Not the best, but not the worst. The New York Botanical Gardens. You know what? They don't need us on this front. We would like to rake back these guys to deal with this. So why don't we do that? Protectionist, gross. Yeah, it looks like they don't need us, really. Which is perfect. What's the plan of the run? Mainly just trying to check out the Hail Columbia mod. Sweden's like, what the fuck, USA is thumbing our pie? Basically. They wouldn't know what they did wrong. Why is the USA... To be fair, we're rivals, so it makes sense. The Florida Horde. Wish that some countries could have a different amount of cavalry in the army. Like unique bonuses for specific countries. Like the step ones could have a full cav army. Well, I mean, like, in the time period, I don't know if that would fit still. Hey, Destiny, how's it going? Hello, hello. Ho, ho, ho. Man says he pushes things, but where are all the turtles at? True. The turtle run might wait for 1.7, to be honest, at this point. Hey, Putis man, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. Alright, we're making gobs of money now. I don't know why. Are we not constructing all the way? I guess we are. Why are we making money? We're not on free trade still. Yikes, rip the dream. mean, we're still passing this, so we'll have to wait, but then we maybe do free trade. Are we really not in free trade? God, my brain's just turned off. One day we'll beat their navy, because they're all in small little navies and they can't coordinate together. The way naval battles work is just super insane too. So the amount of ships that get used in an individual battle is according to, like, it checks your navy. If the navy's involved in the battle, then it checks how many admirals, and it divides the number of ships by the number of admirals, and that's how many you use per battle. Which means that even though they have 107 ships here, since they're divided amongst 4 navies, they're never going to use all of them, and also each of these navies is multiple guys. So it just means we're going to have to fight a bunch of battles with 40 ships on 10 ships multiple times before we can land here. So we're going to be stuck here for like 3 years trying to land. Oh no. That's probably fine. I think that we can capitulate out of here. And out of here. Maybe we stay on that one. Because it's like on Inner Mauritania. I'm not sure exactly how that works. We think there might be some funny business. Yeah, so one of the navies was defeated, but now we still have to, for every single admiral they have, we have to win a battle. Which is like, they can't share or coordinate their troops together. Wild. Looks like we could add some construction, but I think we're just gonna let that kind of trickle down to maybe 75% before we do. Just so we don't, like, have a heart attack. Let's just take that. Alright, they'll push that out and then be able to come over here, I think. I mean, why don't we just mobilize this guy just in case? Can't change your capital at war? Yep. Maybe Turtle Island once you get access gate. That's kind of, I was thinking maybe we do that. There's a bunch of other stuff I want to do though in 1.7. He has to make 30 videos or so, according to how often he wants to upload. Yeah, over the course of like 20 days, 30 videos, something like that, yeah. Play with new subject mechanics. Vic 3 is just Vic 1.5. Wait, what? You can't leak any info. I don't have any info to leak yet. So the suggestion is based off of having something to rant about, which is unrelated to the new mechanics. Yeah, but you know what a lot of the new mechanics will be still. How expensive is this pipeline? We'll buy that pipeline. We'll buy that pipeline all day. Whose navy is getting crushed here? Who's the 75 stack that's... Oh, Prussia. Yeah, Prussia's got a big fleet. Okay, that makes sense. Didn't we assign? Bro, did the army unassign? God damn it, dude. The army did unassign. Oh, wait. That, like, raises my blood pressure so much. When armies just unassigned. Oh, we forgot what we were gonna use these guys for. This point is probably okay. We won't use them to terrorize Russia. I think that's the South American Cav, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna move these guys over to the South American Cavalry Army. That way we don't have to get a bunch of new generals. You can't just move over generals? What? Oh, the ongoing naval invasion? Yeah, fair. Spare these guys. And we'll do this. Because that one time is of the essence, so why is there a front? Why did Italy land Lubeck instantly? No, not like this. Lubeck is the war leader, so we don't really care if Prussia gets occupied. Well, I mean, we care because they'll, like, leave quicker, but... yeah, we can do that. Or we could mobilize these guys and do that. If they're not going to put anyone on that front. One day, we'll get through the navies. You hear so much about Turtle Island, but at this point I'm afraid to ask. Turtle Island's like an exploit that allows you to kind of just annex all the world for free. And is like how you would do a world conquest on the live patch. It's really, really, really powerful. It uses the Turtle Island natives thing. Oh, what's the best way to explain it? It lets you annex, it's for Native Americans, it lets you annex anyone who has, shares a culture with you or something that's adjacent. I forget the exact conditions. But what you do is you, cheese getting it as a country that shouldn't get it, like France, the journal entry. And then you use it to annex everyone who's adjacent, shares a border with you that has a similar culture, which is, like, happens to be a lot of countries. Or a culture group. God, this war would be going so much different if our actual huge army didn't auto-assign away. Oh my god, and now we reset again. Fuck me, dude. So, like, if we lose this war, big part of that is the fact that, our guy has now gotten unassigned from the front twice. Oh, Lubeck can't get up, capitulated out until we do. Bro, that front bullshit is so annoying. And now they just all leave the front for no reason. That's cool too. What are they doing? They're just going crazy because the naval invasion. The AI is just spooked. Or because the push is happening here, like really fast. I don't know what's just going on. And look, the navies recover and then they come back, so definitely very obnoxious how the landing system works. It's like there should be a battle that's like substantive. I don't know. Your campaign, the Heavenly Kingdom appeared, but it was 2 weeks, and I still had a truce with Ching. Rip. Rip the dream. Lubeck is like... we still need to take Sweden's capital, man. Maybe we just leave this front alone, because we don't actually need Russia to live. Maybe we do this. Or, yeah. We'll just take the best option here, Pennsylvania. We really don't need extra infrastructure in Pennsylvania. In terms of places that will need infrastructure, or if you have a lot of resources, then you will have a lot of potential to use up transportation, which means that you can build railroads much more effectively. And so we're not in Kansas anymore. Now we're just getting like an absurd push, and we're in here. I mean, there's supposed to be 3 more guys coming over, so we'll just chill, I guess. We don't want these guys to push into Prussia like that. Still been landing this for quite some time. Have the stronger navy, or we kind of have the stronger navy. We actually might have the stronger navy with all with all monitors and a bunch of ironclads. We probably do actually. We might get pushed out here, but actually, you know what? Let's do this. Like they're about to arrive on the front. Oh no, what's this? Okay, I thought we were gonna crash. Russia getting enforced out is definitely super good. Now we only have the Italians to get through here. And I think we just get in and enforce on Sweden here. It's Turtle Island all the way down. Yeah. Can we liberate Chile? We already liberated Chile. You said, fuck this shit, I'm out. Alright, bro. It's already a subject. I keep trying to play Romance 13, but the UI is just so extra. I haven't figured out how to completely leave a damn faction. I think you have to go to the gate, but yeah, the UI is really awful. You have to go to like the gatehouse or something. Make railways profitable again. Yeah, railways just being uber unprofitable is like kind of mixed bag. Hey, we finally get in for free because they have no defense force. Maybe I jinxed it. Nope. There we go. Fantastic. Alright, so we win that. We win this. Just pushing everywhere. So Brazil's gonna be done too soon too. They're gonna get wrecked. Finish getting wrecked. Oh, referring to the enemy army in Colombia? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was like... thought you were complaining because I didn't respond to your comment instantly. I was like, alright. I guess, man. The photographs of the United States of America. We could get prestige or ooh, legitimacy. Let's go. Been having a little bit of trouble in that department keeping the trade unions in, who don't quite get along with anyone, for us at least, right now. They want a white peace? I think not, because I think we just enforce. I don't know what cut down to size does to Sweden. Oh, actually, you know what? I think we don't want them to get cut down to size anyways. I don't think we want them to release Norway if that's a potential occurrence. Because we're getting juice from rivaling them, and we want to continue to get the juice, so... Excuse you? We accept this deal. Bro. Or you could just lose the war, that works too. What? We accept this war deal. My guys, we accept. We accept your surrender. Alright. I think we're gonna put all these on auto expand. And start swapping some of this stuff up. Steel another one? No, we don't have steel yet. So one of the problems is going to be New York's going to need a lot more electricity, Pennsylvania. But honestly, we don't have that high level of this stuff here, so maybe that's going to kind of save us a headache. Here. Yeah, they do have to release Norway. Yeah, okay. Well, then we probably can't keep rivaling them. So that's unfortunate. It's gonna break our rivalry, I imagine. We'll just stand this big ass army down. And then... do something like that. Get women's suffrage. Tremendous. You never feel the effect of it because it changes the equilibrium, or it's like the effect of it's not super obvious, but it's particularly strong. Can we make a government with the Industrialists in? So we can go free trade? Surf of Norway seems to want us to release Norway. Enact protected speech. Oh, if we wanted to go Council Republic right now, we could just abdicate to this Rev. What do you guys think? Should we go Council Republic? A little bit early for that. I wish it was more consistent for the AI to form Germany. Well, we're kind of breaking them a little bit. TBH. Yeah, we We shouldn't have annexed Brazil there quite yet. Why are you belligerent? Bro, we were just on the same side of the war. Come on. Come on now. I know it's because we annexed Brazil. Yeah, the timing on that just, like, wasn't quite right. Kinda hurts. Spain trade agreement will be nice. So will annexing Brazil. Why do you have parliamentary instead of presidential? It's easier to manipulate who's the leader of your country under parliamentary. It tends to be a lot better overall. You also tend to have higher legitimacy, and it makes it easier to play around with interest groups in government. Might just hit Japan run. Germany formed perfectly. Yeah, we see a lot of Germany forming well enough, so... How about a Pole Council Republic theocracy and enact slavery on? Maybe they're belligerent because you own half of North Germany. That actually makes sense. That tracks. I can bite on that. Let's see. Go commie. Whenever I ask, though, I feel like people overwhelmingly vote commie, but we'll start a poll on the YouTubes. I guess we should link. We will, if any of the Twitch viewers want to vote, they can click on the YouTube link real quick, stop in, and then be like, you know what? I hated my YouTube experience. I'm never doing that again. One thing that YouTube does do that I think is kind of nice is, like, it lets you pause and rewind a little bit on the streams. Well, we don't want to get minus relations with Russia. It lets you rewind a little bit, which means, like, you can pause, rewind, and, like, read a tooltip if I, like, skipped over it if you wanted to know what it was. I almost fucked that up. Let's go, baby. Let's see, we want Para, Mato Grosso, Minas Gerais. I think we want just about everything, to be honest, incorporated. Yeah, we're just gonna... I think everything has a high enough arable land that we want everything, so... And then... Start to get some lag here. A little bit of chop. We are going to be able to overcome a lot of the construction malice because we have, in terms of extra construction speed, even though we have a bunch of turmoil here, we get 35% construction bonus on electricity specifically, and then a 5% here and a 5% here for a total of 45%, which overcomes a lot of the negative effects. This must be the South American army here. It's 26 stack that we just annexed here. Wonder why your content attracts so many communists. Not like this. Very specifically mean to emphasize that I am not a communist. Should do pretty well. think we could stand these guys down. I'm not even 100% sure if it does go Council Republic, but I think it does. I mean, we want freedom of trade. Oh, it looks like 50-50 on the vote. Holy. The battle for communism or capitalism continues. Your vote matters, vote chat. Yeah, it really does. You might want to check your ongoing war in Africa. I think we're okay with it. Oh, the time you typed that, I think we were getting occupied in here, though. Yeah. People got to the fronts eventually. They sorted it out. Oh, we also can add a bunch of construction sectors in areas we know are going to be good, so PAR is going to be really good. One like this. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum. I don't want to click that in the user interface. I think we're gonna specifically push this to do the event. We're exploiting the Amazon. Man, I gotta get more sleep. I read when you eat a hammer instead of when you have a hammer. I was like, when do you eat a hammer? What is that? What is that something that we're doing here? When you eat a hammer, everything becomes a nail. True. True if big. Alright, we can improve relations with people for some time. We have a lot of kind of accrued for me here. Journalist, a fellow commie. I identify as being a Marxist and a capitalist, which sounds like a contradiction, but I think capitalism has problems. I think it's still better than communism, though. Which is to say, I think Marx's critiques of capitalism are substantive. I will send a letter to the Paradox HQ and ask them to remove their own country. RIP. I watched all of you and not heard that. DD's at a few. No, I think Kieran's correct. I think they're planning on removing Norway. They said it was too strong, the game was unbalanced. They need to balance the game. Market socialism on top. Well, I don't know if I would... Not as... I'm not as fond as the... Oh, this is nice for us. We will get a sway here. Tighten safety standards. Unfortunately... Yeah, we might actually even just capitulate to these guys. Oh no, it's too much. So many provinces. I don't know if we can handle giving up that many provinces. I think we're going to incorporate some of the ones that have iron, specifically. I know Congo has iron, but I think we already incorporated it. I suppose we could check. Oh, we did not. Okay. I mean, we fully occupy them. Maybe we enforce before the Russia thing, or maybe we can wipe peace. But what do we even want? We, like, don't often get reverse sway opportunities on Russia. If we look to take Armenia, then they would have Rev. I doubt they'd give up Armenia, though. Maybe we give Armenia, and then this causes this place to be an exclave, which then causes it to rev. We get more sway opportunities. We'll white piece these guys if we can. Looks like they're ticking down pretty fast. Marx's criticism of capitalism is fairly well grounded, and his utopian idea is certainly nice, but there's a huge practicality realism gap between those points. Yeah. Also, like, people talk about how much capitalism has failed. Like, so the thing is like, people love to talk about how much capitalism has, like, failed in practice, and that, or, like, the communists like to say capitalism's failed in practice, we should switch to communism, this whole thing. But then when they talk about communism, they want to talk about communism in theory, not communism in practice. And it's like, capitalism in theory is actually, works really, really well. Oh, now we can't yo-yo because Sweden's in it, and we have, oh, we had a truce with them anyways. You know what? We can just side with Russia, though, to reset our attitude with Russia. So right now they're antagonistic, so... Okay, I guess we'll just be doing that. And then here... we'll probably be able to get one of these guys as a subject. In Tasmania. And then, Confederate Australia. Well, we have... okay. Except we can't confederate Australia with Goose. What type of revolt is this? The capitalist revolt? Alright. We will do a yo-yo, a swaya. You can stand down now too. As can you. Probably don't need both those. Actually, definitely don't need both, but... does Manifest Destiny thing ever go away? Let's check how the poll's going. Oh, looks like people want to go communism. Get a little bit of a loud car outside. We're gonna save. Oh, unless the rev went away. Did it go away? Not like this. We're gonna clear out our save games folder once we get access to 1.72. But I'm pretty sure we could step down here. Are these guys communists? So do we want to just full throttle power to the trade unions here? Or we want the armed forces to have some clout too? This is the question. We could nuke just Carnegie's clout. So right now it's when we abdicate, it's gonna give minus 90%. Well, I think we do like having our cautious guy somewhat. Let's take a look at agitators we could potentially get into power. So this guy's a cocaine addict. Yeah, so maybe we shelter the Intelligentsia from some fallout here. I'm sorry, Carnegie. Truly, capitalism has failed. Carnegie, we're so sorry. We do love Carnegie because he's literary. But we will do this. To be fair, the fact that the intelligentsia is in the government is maybe a bit of a problem. But we enable council republic. We enable protected speech. We become more loyalist. The industrialists become more radical. They're removed from government and they get minus 90% clout. Oh no. Now, of course, the trade unionists, we have to be able to slot back in. I think that we're going to be slotting them in with these guys either way. But free trade is not going to happen. Oh, to be fair, we kind of wanted free trade, huh, didn't we? Bruh. We were so close, too. Bruh. Let's get free trade and then force it, actually. We'll do that, and then we'll just, we'll antagonize them to spark another rev, and then we can do it. But that's just a super strong mechanic. You also get a bunch of loyalists. We do want free trade, though. He was too good for us. That's right. Rest in peace, vertical integration. Been vertically integrated to the great above. Sent him straight to heaven. He's been integrated. Except we're gonna pass free trade first. We just have to pass a law that antagonizes the trade unionists, which should be really easy to do. Like, try and get rid of poor laws or something. Wow, it's so nice to annex Brazil. Brazil. It's gonna be incorporated relatively quick, then we'll start getting some mass migrations. Once all of our levels of our police institution is kind of in. It's too good for us, though. Attitude with Russia should be genial. It is. We could get a trade agreement if we just had one better relations, so we're just gonna do that. Really, we're like 5 short of being able to. Why did we stop rivaling Italy? I thought we were rivaling Italy. Oh, maybe we weren't. We weren't. Oh, Jesus. We just fought Italy a couple times, is all. Yeah, they're barely poor in terms of relations. Not like this. We just need more Diplo. Law stalled? You mean we're not gonna get free trade? Gotta get above poor here, but we're getting 3% a day. Hey Uriel, happy Saturday. I think we have governments in the queue. Yeah, we do. So we should be fine on that front. Oh, looks like France didn't even enforce on Haiti. That's awkward. That is awkward. For France. Thank you. Maybe we could do something with them. Maybe we just give it up with Italy specifically. They're not even a great power, so they're just stuck in being a major power, so I think that's maybe the way we want to run it. Now that we have the trade agreement with them, we can capitulate out of here. And attitudes should stay relatively nice, and we can maybe annex someone who's on the small side. Not gonna give us too much of a negative relations hit with some people. Although Russia's just barely above port, maybe we just chill out until the things tick up. Same with Austria. Austria's want to try and get them above poor. We can side with them if they're poor, but just is a little cleaner if we do it differently. Canada's still colonizing. Otherwise we would want to annex them. Could annex Newfoundland, I suppose. We just chill out though. We will go communist after we pass free trade. This is Brunswick, which we don't have access to. I mean, we could get them landlocked as a subject maybe here, but hopefully Prussia sides with one of the sides of Brunswick. Alright. So if we chose this, we'd get up to 23% chance of getting setback, but if we chose something that just gave us minus enactment chance, it would reset us. And then we would get a new thing. And we'll just do this one. Let's make sure we have interests everywhere. We do. Sometimes they unassign, and then that can be frustrating. Para, so gross. AI doesn't have a single level of iron, even though there's a 20% iron bonus in Para. Insane. If Canada has claims on the north, don't annex them. They do have claims on the north. That's why we're not gonna annex them. For this mod, this means that you just like don't want to annex Canada for a really long ass time. I'm not sure if we're siphoning off migrants from them. Looks like we are, which makes them go slower. We'll take on their debt just to help them out. 6 established colonies, surely that's just, yeah. God, France just never recovered to GP? That's so wild. They're just perpetually a major power. Actually, I have to text my friend who's in town. Ah, here's a Hail Columbia event. Bombing in Haymarket Square. A labor rally in Chicago suddenly becomes a massacre when a bomb was thrown at advancing police officers. In response, the police opened fire blindly into the demonstrators, killing and injuring dozens. In the aftermath, local authorities rounded up a group of anarchists, blaming them for the bombing and seeking the death penalty. Hang them all, let's say. Revolution in England? Are you a minor power? You are a minor power. Y'all know what that means. We're getting England as a subject. We're getting England as a subject. Da, 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 da. Susan Anthony. Hell yeah, brother. She wants to... Wait. Susan B. Anthony, not like this. Please don't. Susan B. Anthony's like, desegregated USA. Not on my watch. We don't even have to yo-yo this one. So I think UK is bankrolling us. But, so this might be a little uncomfortable. We will definitely get the Florida Man Army down there. What are you offering us? Nah, I don't think so, bro. Try offering us the British Raj. How close are they even? Yeah, so this value is like too hard. You just quietly took all of Africa. You know what they say, speak softly and take half of Africa. Take all of Africa. Alright, now it's time to go communist, eh? Let's quickly save. I wonder if we could just abdicate to the no current revolution. You know what? The revolution's probably for preserve such and such, so I don't think we will be able to, but we just have to do something that's gonna upset the trade unionists. Just anything that'll upset the trade unionists will do. So try to switch to landed voting, we'll keep them pissed. And then we'll reform the government. We'll put Carnegie in charge. This is our patsy. This is our fall guy. And then we enact Consul Republic for free. Rip in pieces. Now we get Grover Cleveland. Ugh. Not Grover Cleveland. We get a revolutionary destiny. Ah, this is also Hail Columbia. With the United American Syndicates in the hand of the workers, the place of manifest destiny in the future of the nation remains contested. We must reckon our future in the history of colonialism. Manifest destiny will gain influence. The workers do not support further conquest. The heinous imperialism of manifest destiny must be repudiated. To be fair, we would actually want this to decrease, lose influence, because it's giving us negative infamy decay, so. And then that's going to make manifest destiny fail. We're going to cancel this, so people will stop being insurrectionary. And then we could switch to co-ops. That's going to radicalize the intelligentsia. I don't think we want to radicalize the intelligentsia here. Now the problem with all this is, of course, Thomas Nasty. We don't have a guy who is either cautious or otherwise. Also move in these guys who will switch to raid convoys. So that's what they're for. This looks like a job for me. People are like, what are you doing, America? What happened? A lot of lancers. You might not need that many lancers. Let the proletarians triumph. We can fit so much farms in these states to feed the people, but we won't. Casual socialist here, or communist here. Classic. We're gonna need way more convoys. We're gonna need some bigger boats. Let's get rid of something. Now, they're still bankrolling us. They'll stop as soon as the war starts. Enact racial segregation is critical. Jesus. Not like this. God. America's coming undone. I mean, now's the time to pass this, I suppose. Well, actually, kind of. Now's the time to pass something the intelligentsia like, but the intelligentsia want one thing, and it's racial segregation. Rip. Stupid Susan B. Anthony. Stupid Susan B. Anthony. I mean, we could start discriminating. God, we just... It's like normal in America, but in reverse. The thing is, this rev's actually going to be big enough that it's actually a huge problem, despite the... Normally, when you abdicate from government, you get, like, a good enough situation that, you're not going to instantly rev behind. But the Council Republic was too much. How do we get out from this? So we can't promote to government, is also a problem. We don't want to give them more clout. I think we already looked. Yeah, there's no one from the trade unions here. We can't disband. We can't reorganize stuff. Rip. I mean, maybe we go racial segregation. Jesus. The intellectuals revolting. Let's send everyone with glasses to the gulag, basically. I hope you're wrong when the new DLC comes out. It's Jabal Shamar. It's not going to be Jabal Shamar. I apologize, Kiko. We need President Jimmy Hoffa. Yeah, we need an adult. I think, like, this is actually one of the situations where we either have to fight the Rev or we have to actually pass one of the laws they like. God, multiculturalism is so hard to get on sometimes, and, like, I think we're actually just gonna get rid of it. Right? What can we pass that makes them happy? Other than undoing Council Republic, which of course nobody in chat wants. Wait, how mad are they? They're super mad. Oh no, wait. Yeah, they're super mad. We can't just increase government wages a little bit. Well, now we're at war. Maybe we just do this. And try and ride the lightning. I don't think that's... I don't think that's a good strat. How many of these guys do we need to leave to let things happen? If the farmers aren't a big portion of the clout. Most of the clout's the Intelligentsia, who are minus 20 angry. They real angry. We could pretend like we're gonna pass cultural exclusion, which I think would make them stop. And they're brewing this even if we're not passing a law. So, like, a lot of times you could actually just not pass a law to chill out, but this is not one of those times. Pennsylvania doesn't have a lot of academics, so this should be fine. Let's see, can we import more grain? No. Clothes. Alright, we can import more clothes. I'm just trying to figure out, like, can we raise people's SOL? It's part of the reason they're pissed, is SOL's gone down. Like, 126, how do we rake it back from there? Minus 1 million monthly? It's fine, we'll be fine, it's fine. To be fair, like, we could delete down a lot of construction and, like, play it down a little bit. Also, once we pass graduated taxation, this will increase SOL quite a bit, because right now we have per capita, which is regressive. We've had per capita way too long. Not ideal rolling kind of negative event there. Free. We'll stand down our conscript army. The other ones will keep up just in case something absolutely wild happens. Up to 700 million. I mean, our GDP cranked up when we passed council. What do you want? Cooperative ownership? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, we'll pass cooperative ownership at some point. The trade unionist Democrat fighting against this guy. Well, this guy's an honorable bandit. Let's let him fight. Yep, he's politically unaligned. It does be like that. I can't resist the popularity, even if he'll be the enemy. I mean, I guess we could. Oh. shoot, we should have just had the Intelligentsia government when we did the abdication, because then they would have gotten 90% clout and this wouldn't be that big. Alright, I think what we need to do is maybe... let's rake this back. What happened here? Jesus, what the hell? And I'm gonna try and suppress the intel. Fucking protected speech, bro. We auto-pass protected speech too. Son of a bitch. That means we also can't exile these agitators. God damn it. Normally we don't like protected speech. We did that to get Council Republic, not because we wanted protected speech, the abdication thing. Alright, so what's the plan now? Maybe fighting the Rev? I really don't want to do that. I have too much of a headache for that. Maybe we just end the stream when the Rev pops. The real strategy. This will be nice. We'll start linking everything up. Okay, I think we come back in on some of these. We're gonna specifically target upper class though. We're lowering taxes, please stop revving. God, the freaking Progressive Party gets all the votes too, this is real bad. This is real bad. I mean, we could start enacting it to placate them with the intention of just not passing it. I don't think I like this, though. That causes more long-term problems. The British Republic. We want to wait for a cautious guy. This is so painful. We just want to get rid of the Rev. How do we do that? Wow, we somehow can't get Persia into our market. The cordial. Can't I don't think we could. I think we still have a truce with Russia, so we can't yo-yo. Ending the stream before 1 billion GDP is the coward's way out. The Rev will really screw up his country even if he wins. Yeah, I have so many auto expands and so much like it will. It's not that the Rev is like unwinnable. It's that I have to click a lot of buttons if we Rev, like a lot of buttons. And I'm not sure I'm emotionally ready to click that amount of buttons. This puts me in a little bit of a weird spot. Not emotionally mature enough to click those buttons is what I'm saying. Okay, if they get more political strength. Oh wait, maybe we picked the wrong option there. I think it will also nuke long reconstruction. Yeah, we get a negative roll on this. I think we're just gonna go. Well, let's see if this kills the Rev. I don't think it will, but let's see. No, it's not killing the Rev, I don't think. Maybe we see it Monday. Alright, let's enact this cultural exclusion, which is at least not racial segregation, but this makes the Rev go away. And now this is placated. Everyone's on board. Alright, guys. This is what happens when you get communist. You get racist. You get bigotry. Ugh. Rev can also delete buildings. Yeah, we just like, we just kind of don't want to deal with it. Kind of wouldn't mind dealing with the free subject. Return Sakhalin, open Japanese markets. How about Japan becomes subject? We could just transfer states and then leave them alone. We could transfer, or if we transfer Sakhalin, then we can't leave them. We'll be stuck in the war. Yeah, we could re-increase these taxes. Holy shit. You guys could have had low taxes, but no, you wanted to be racist. You'll get what you deserve. No. Wait, why can't we side? Oh, because we're involved in another play. Oh, my brain blanked. I'd rather have a bankroll from Russia. I mean, we could load and yo-yo sway it. I'd rather have a bankroll from Russia, though, I think, than have Japan as a subject. I really don't know, actually, which one's better, but I think if Japan had open borders, we're gonna load. I didn't think that through. I think if Japan had bigger... Or sorry, if Japan had open borders, Japan would be better. It's all Soviets. Soviets all the way down, yeah. Coward, basically. Basically. Coward has been called. Coward confirmed. Coward has been confirmed. Portugal's colonizing. Must have just passed a law. You know what's funny is we can make them unpass the law that allows them to colonize. We could be like, you know what? You know what you need to do? We'd actually kind of prefer them be on no migration control, so why don't we do that, actually? We do, yeah, we could do exploiting Amazon, develop Amazonian state. Para will get extra migration attraction, help to offset some of the negative migration attraction they have from turmoil right now. Let's save USA with anima. My capitalists, Sag. My capitalists, my soul. Big Sag. How much are we? Oh, we're not getting, I don't think we're getting bankrolled yet, we're not. I was like, the bankroll should be huge. I know what I must do, but I don't think I have the strength to do it. Alright, Pennsylvania, Virginia, New York, Illinois, Kentucky, Alabama. Do not have the strength to do it, boys. I'm gonna keep this on auto expand as well. God. The freaking communists just want their racism back. They're like, we can give power to the people, but only if their skin's the right color. I can't wait either, Floaty the Boaty. In fact, I might not have to. We'll see how that shakes out. Japan just backs down. It's fantastic. We're getting a bankroll now, yeah? And it's like 500,000. That's gonna crush Russia. Russia can't afford that shit. Russia will collapse on the back of that. Much like how France collapsed and has now been a major power for forever now. They want to conquer Cambodia. We could actually probably yo-yo sway, and see what's good. Qing siding with Dynam is interesting. I mean, we could go for Dynam as well. It just upset. Oh, what's this? Bengal got released? What is this? I mean, it makes sense. They became a minor power. It shouldn't... I don't know if it should work like that, though. Microtime, yay. Floaty the Boaty. God, that's such a good name. Well, I think they're worried. I think they might even just back down. And we do like getting Cambodia for free. We do like the sound of getting Cambodia for free as a subject. So why don't we do that? No! Not my gumdrop buttons. Not our bankroll. Once this finishes, we should be able to sway back the other way. But why can we not? We're currently the target of a sway from another country. Oh, this... What are you offering us? They offered a less banned slave rate. I think we're going to click decline. I think we're going to offer to support them, though. Alright. And... we'll see what we can get. We don't want to lose the bankroll as the thing here. Why can we not do this? Oh, we don't have the fulfill the requirements. I mean, can we get Timbuktu? Is Timbuktu even in here? I feel like it's inconsistent whether or not, like, you can transfer for something. Oh, that's French Senegal's territory. Alright, let's just transfer French Senegal then. Which resets Russia's relation with us. We're genial. They're currently bankrolling us, so that's gonna fix the relations a bit. We also wouldn't mind Qing getting a little bit bodied, so maybe we even fight this out a little bit. Probably not. God. Ugh. What's your opinion about electricity? The game, it freaking sucks. I find it very micro-intensive. Me too, but I don't know how it could be better. You could make it just you could make it non-local again. I think that changing it into a local good is better from the perspective of a simulation, but worse from a gameplay perspective. Like, it makes the game less fun to play. So you could just swap it from being a local good. I kind of think it should be a market good with very, very heavy mappy penalty. So, like, let's say it has a 30% mappy penalty, or like 40% or 50%, just a very large mappy penalty, such that you still really want to source it locally, but like you can turn on PMs, the auto queue doesn't go absolutely ballistic, because look at this, they're going to be adding way too many, well actually maybe that's not way too many, but yeah, so like some of that stuff. Like, I think that would be a solution. I think you could just make it a market good again. I think that's bad from a simulation perspective, but, like, maybe you don't care because it improves the gameplay. Those are kind of the two big ones. You could also have it be regional, but again, like, the distance you could actually transport electricity back in these times was, like, not even half the length of a state. So it really doesn't make sense to allow you to transport from state to state from a realism perspective. But the idea is, like, maybe you just don't care about a realism perspective. Also, auto-swapping PMs would be better. I don't mind it being locals good as long as it's not painful to micromanage. Yeah, but, like, it is, and then it also makes the AI act real stupid. Or the auto-queue act real stupid, because the way it works. Endgame is just bad. I don't understand the game design of it. What specifically? Hi, Title says no early access yet. Access to what? Sphere of Influence, the DLC that's coming out on June 24th. I had mentioned that I was probably going to get early access, but then I didn't end up getting early access. This is GP Bengal. This is... So you're saying it's a bankroll. This is going to be perfect. Fascist Bengal. So you're saying it's a bankroll. But yeah, I mean, like, it's just too tedious, the electricity, like, it makes the game, like, less fun. I honestly want to start a new run when it comes time to get, like, electricity, so, like, that's so bad, dude. What the hell? Do I have a truce with them? We have a truce with Bengal. They're so close to being willing to give up Hybridad. Maybe if we make our Florida men army a little bit bigger. I don't think this is going to be enough to push it over the top, but you never know. I mean, sometimes you do know. The power grid was a mega project? Yeah, but like even then, like it didn't exist like in the times, like the power grid wasn't like a thing in terms of like this time frame. Debating realism when you can subjugate the UK is a little bit weird. Yeah, this is another point that's super fair. Alright, so we can't yo-yo for like a bankroll or whatever, but maybe we can get Hybridad? No, the acceptance score went the wrong direction. In the Sick Empire, helping them out hurts things. Now they won't even take an obligation. Alright, fair. You got us. I don't think we need this amount of cav. And then I think these guys can merge with the South American army. Sucks that we have to undo multiculturalism. Market access debuff, maybe it's a good idea. Market access debuff from when? Oh, we're belligerent. Let's reset our attitude with Prussia here. So we're joining just so Prussia... we get on the same side here. Hopefully they don't put in a war goal on us. They actually might. Oh no, they can't because it's a rev. But these guys should switch off of being antagonistic, yeah. They recently expelled diplomats. Wow, the truth hurts. United Belgium States. We just, like, really won't be able to get people in our customs union. Something to keep in mind, because we went, communist. This is gonna be really nice, us having ticketing positive relations with those guys. Oh, there's no modifier for incompatible... Oh, we don't have incompatible economic systems yet with Council Republic. You have to do the other bit, which we're gonna do, so... But yeah, reverse sways, I very much doubt that they're gonna change. Larry T says, you're the best Vic 3 streamer I can find. Weird you didn't get early access. I messaged the guy on Thursday. My guess is he just didn't see my message on Friday, and he'll get back to me on Monday. This is what I think. It's also possible I just don't get it. Like, I'm trying not to be unrealistic about this stuff or whatever. What is this even about? Return Ely versus Independence? Wait, but from who? What? Russia wants return Ely. These guys want independence. This war goal is invalid and cannot be currently pressed because they're not a subject. Yeah. I think we just piece out of this. Unless we want to slap around Qing a little bit. I mean, maybe we do. We anticipate that we can land here, but we would have difficulty landing mainland Qing. But looks like Qing actually doesn't have that much army. No, their armies are just hidden somewhere. They're not being shown in the UI. They exist though. You hate to see it. I think that, what do we need to do in order to get these guys up and coming? Let's do this. And this. We're trying to get exploiting the Amazon for those areas. I think we don't need to actually help this. Oh, but, Then we'll have a truce with the new government. Do we actually want to help them? Shoot, maybe we do. Maybe it's not worth the trouble. Sikh Empire can actually push pretty hard here. But we'll have a good relationship with... not with these guys, but with the other guys. I mean, we should have sent way earlier if we were gonna send. It's also a problem here. Alright. Let's see if we can find a guy who's cautious. We can, but we discriminate against him now. Son of a bitch. That's so fucking funny. Alright. It's fine. America moment. We kind of want rights of assembly so we can exile people and stuff, I think. It does make the Intelligentsia a little bit mad, but not super mad. Let's just do that. An end to polygamy. Facing unrelenting opposition from the American society and local governments, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has officially renounced the practice of plural marriage, forbidding any such members from taking place, etc., etc. Okay. It radicalizes the Mormons. The truth hurts. I think if they push our territory, we're just gonna capitulate here.